morning. On the news this evening, River State House of Assembly grants state government's request on stamp duty lawsuit. Chairman Miyetti Allah cattle breeders in River State frowns at the state law. Residents around the Lechi Beach are due fleeing over fear of attack by coastal Vitigrou calls simulation of structures. River State Commissioner for Information speaks on delay in payment salaries of special assistance on pawn units. House of Reps threatens to summon AGF finance minister over loss of $2.4 billion. And the foreign scene teenage charged murder for shooting 4 people dead and injuring 32 others in Alabama. I'm Adida Ilushakin. The River State House of Assembly has granted the state government request to join other state governments to settle and support the federal government on the issue of stamp duty lawsuits. Now, they followed the resolution taken by state lawmakers on the request sent by Governor Yetunde to join the state government to deduct 5% from source to the consultant company handling the issues on behalf of the state government. The Speaker of the River State House of Assembly, Okunyi Ibani Waji, at the resumption of plenary today, informed lawmakers of the governor's request and shortly after then divided the House on the issue.
Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes are clear.
Apologies. Ibani Waji also directed the clerk of the House to convey the resolution of the lawmakers to the governor for immediate implementation.
Ensure that the resolution of the House on these 2 items as contained in the request of His Excellency is ready for transmission to His Excellency. Is important because it is one issue that we have to also, having responded in this manner, we need to also finish our own documentation for onward transmission to Nigerian governors. So, thank you.
Correspondent Soibiru reports that earlier, Leader of the House, Martin Zemewule, set the motion for debate.
Why were they found in that kind of compromising position? They went into
Our correspondent reports that the House later adjourned plenary to 2nd of May 2023. And the chairman of Miyetti Allah Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria, River State Chapter, Mohammed Tukur, says the opinion of his group was not sought before the passage of the anti-grazing law by the State House of Assembly. Tukur was speaking and reacting to the alleged destruction of farms and theft of cows by herders in the Kweri and the Che local government areas of River State and its legal implication on the herders. Tukur said it will be difficult to restrict the herders from moving around with their cows.
No be the thing where they go tied to one place. It's a bush cow, not be home cow. This law, we are reading the law, but nobody invited me about that law. See, they don't want to see any cow while they walk on the road or on the bush. Nobody informed me about that.
The State Miyetti Allah chairman also said he has not been informed about any destruction of farm or theft of cows by herders in the Kweri and Eche LGAs.
Nobody give me complaint of matter of farmer and the cow rear. Nobody. Because of last year, they give me down complaints of that Ogoniside. And the last 2 weeks, there is DSS called me from Ogoniside about cow they are spoiling their owner farm. I don't receive any complaint without now. You are telling me now. Even where they are living, I know everywhere.
Moving on, business and economic activities around the Lechi Beach exit of Mile 1 Diobu have been grounded due to yesterday's shootout between 2 rival cult groups. record that there was a heavy gun battle between the two cult groups over territorial control due to illegal bunkering activities in the area. Correspondent Emeka Otakan visited the area and reports that some residents have moved out to avoid being victims of reprisal attacks. Also, some staff of the State University of Basic Education failed to report to the office for fear of attacks. Police patrol vehicles were also seen patrolling the area. Some of the traders and residents spoke to our correspondent on the situation.
Everywhere is shut down. There's no people now to buy the water, so everybody run away because of the shooting. So
it's affecting the business, because the street, Eleshi Beach here, in UB board down, everywhere closed down. People shop closed down, so there's nobody in this street again. God boys are dragging to collect this post, because of the desert bonfire they are doing. Since yesterday morning till 4 p.m. yesterday, everywhere is just drying throughout today, Wednesday.
The station is not easy. Nobody in the office, everybody is afraid of coming. Those that came are even going back. The street is scanty. Very, very scanty. I see there's no human being living in this place.
Why?
No business here. Everything all look very rampant. As you see them, everywhere they're quiet.
People are no longer here for now. They've gone out because they are trying to save their life. The business is not flowing well because of the shooting. Everybody is afraid.
Now, they also called for the deployment of more security personnel to the area.
We want the police to come and save people in this place here. Let government bring more police and army to come and save people.
Let government come and do something about this case. If not, the place will also be like this because since they killed each other, there will be possibility of fighting again. So let government intervene quickly.
I plead to the police and the River State government to put eye into it and try to know if there's any way they can make the thing to reduce.
Meanwhile, General Commander of the Abu Vigilante, Ematare Bipilade, has called on the River State government to demolish the Elechi Beach and Ogo waterfront to address the increasing rate of criminal activities in the area. Bipilade made the call in an interview with our correspondent while reacting to yesterday's cold clash between two rival groups in Elechi Beach.
Yes, I said the only way you can bring these anomalies to an end is to demolish Elechi Coca-Cola, demolish Elechi back of Bayama Mortuary, and also demolish Ogo Waterfront. Because these are the only places in Dio that have not been demolished. If you can observe very well, these things that are happening cannot happen in those waterfronts that have been demolished because there is no hideout. The place is open. But because cult groups are using this place as a den of crime, some of these arms they use are arms that even the police arms can't even withstand these arms they are using.
Mipulade also spoke on the effect of the clash on business activities in the area and called for support from the government and other relevant agencies.
50% of the relative peace we enjoy in River State is complementary roles of the vigilante. And such services should be commended and funded. That is the plain truth. We don't have patrol vehicles. These boys are using AK-47. Invariably, how do you fight this crime? The government of the day are not even encouraging us.
Moving on, Major General Jamal Abdul Salam has assumed duty as the 10th General Officer commanding GOC 6th Division Nigerian Army Port Harcourt. This was revealed in a statement by the Acting Deputy Director Army Public Relations 6th Division Nigerian Army, Iweha Ikedichi. The new GOC charged officers and men of the Nigerian Army to always abide by the ethics of the profession. He pledged to consolidate on the successes of his predecessor while stating that threats to personnel, equipment and location would not be condoned. According to the statement, the Major General, Jamal Abdul Salam, took over from Major General Olufemi Oluyede, who was redeployed to Army Headquarters, Abuja, as Director, Directorate of Inspection and Compliance, Office of the Chief of Army Staff. And all the matters, River State Commissioner for Information and Communications, Chris Feinbone, says any special assistance to the governor on polling units that are yet to be paid have issues with his or her bank details. Feinbone said this while reacting to complaints by some of these special assistants that they are yet to be paid.
Anybody that has not been paid has issues to sort out, mainly concerning his or her bank details and all that, and they will require correcting all of that. Otherwise, the police have been paid. Substantial number have been paid.
Recall that Governor Nyesom Wike in November 2022 inaugurated 20,000 persons as special assistants on polling units across the 23 local government areas. And former chairman of Nigeria Bar Association, Port Harcourt branch, Dennis Okwakpam, says there is nothing wrong with the law that mandates public officials to declare their assets before and after public service. Speaking with our correspondent, legal practitioners said the problem of the policy is in its implementation.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with the law. Our laws are fine. I agree that your oath go and depose to the fact of the fact you declare those assets under oath. If anything that you said there turns out to be wrong, you have a job, that criminal offense. But problem is when you turn in those forms, does anybody go to check what you stated as belonging to you or what you've acquired ahead of you occupying the office? The answer is no. When you also finish, you got to clear your assets as well. So that those are public records. The truth of the matter is that nobody truly checks. Unless that there is an issue with any particular individual that they will pick up the records and say, okay, you've lied or something. So if it is done well, how can it not help the fighting corruption? It will.
And some residents of Port Harcourt also expressed their views on the effect the assets declaration by public office holders has had in the fight against corruption.
It has not helped in any way because it's done in secret. It's supposed to be an open information for the public to access, at least under the Freedom of Information Act. A politician will come into power, you don't know his assets, his value or his worth. But when he leaves office, you hear that he has amassed billions of naira. So if you compare that with what they declared before entering office and what they have after leaving office, it's not the same. Public asset declaration should be made public to help to reduce corruption and other problems we're having in our political system.
Those that declared their asset wrongfully, nothing was done. CCB in the country, they are just there to prove that, they are working, but at the end, they are not convicting anybody.
The House of Reps ad hoc committee has threatened to summon the AGF, Abubakar Malami, and other top government officials over the alleged loss of $2.4 billion from illegal sale of 48 million barrels of crude oil. Malami and others, including the Minister of Finance, Zainab Ahmed, had failed to appear before the committee chaired by Mark Gbila today. The committee, however, said it has given the ministers one last opportunity to appear before it. Still ahead, President-elect Bola Tinubu calls for investigation into a Adamawa governorship election. Do please stay tuned.
A clean surrounding is a collective effort. Diseases could be avoided.
Governorship election. Professor Wokocha, a lecturer at the Department of Public Law, Rivers State University, told correspondent Emeka Otuka that announcing the results of an election that is still ongoing is enough evidence against Unisa Are. He said the rank usurps the duty of the returning officer, which is a clear evidence of his preferred candidate. He said prosecuting him will forestall future occurrence of such interference in Nigeria's electoral system.
It was a very high level of irresponsibility that was laid by the President Electoral Commission. You are not the returning officer, and the collation is still on. Against protestation to proceed to announce the result. Why collation is still on? So I think the circumstance and manner in which it happened, one where the certainty of misconduct here. It's not like something that is on Sunday, you need on time to investigate, to find out whether there was an offense. I don't think there is much for the police to do except to establish that this thing took place in the sequence in which they occurred.
Record that the INEC yesterday resolved to write the IG of Police, Usman Baba, to probe and prosecute its resident electoral commissioner in Adamawa State, Hudu Unisa Are, after he illegally announced APC candidate Senator Binani winner of the rerun election while collation of results was still ongoing. Meanwhile, President-elect Asiwaju Bola Tinubu has urged the police to investigate the controversy that trailed the Adamawa governorship rerun, urging aggrieved candidates to pursue legitimate means of addressing their grievances. Tinubu gave the charge in a post-election assessment statement issued Wednesday and personally signed by him. He also congratulated winners of the supplementary government.
And now the business news.
Investigations by our correspondent shows that private depots in Port Harcourt are selling fuel to marketers at the cost of 205 naira. Our correspondent gathered that the price is different from what the government is directly selling to marketers, which is 182 naira. Correspondent Soibi Uruwari, who carried out investigations about the official price of PMS, discovered that the product is being sold differently to marketers and the quantity of distribution by government to states is low. Now, one of the owners of filling stations in Port Harcourt, Johnny, explained to our correspondent there are no more crowds at the depots due to availability of products. He, however, complained that 4 states sometimes shared less than 40 petroleum trucks issued by the government.
But it's very small now. Look at 4 states now. Having 30 trucks. But that cost alone, I'm not talking of River State. Obia alone, we got Fag alone, we shot 30 trucks. You never talk of Obia, but talk of the whole River State. You never talk of Ati, talk of Imo and the Bayelsa. But if you are seeing them defeat you at 179 naira now, that's the bank charges. Automatically, you make it approximately 181 naira seconding. The government approved PMS prices, this give you a price now. One is approximately 182 naira.
In the meantime, a stakeholder in the oil and gas industry, Joseph Abele, told our correspondent that filling stations are expected to sell within the range of 205 naira to 240 naira. Dr. Abele also complained that government-owned private depots are still not selling the products.
There is no government-owned depot nationwide that is operating. Facilities are there, but they don't like supplying product to government-owned depots. Yes, government supplies to private depots, and from there, marketers buy from private depots as against the normal. The normal should be government sending the stock owned by government to government-owned depot. Then marketers buy from the government-owned depot. Official rate of 180 per litre, and we are not seeing that government depot at that rate. So nothing will be normal until we start seeing stock at government-owned depots.
Take it away with the entertainment news.
Netflix says its long-promised crackdown on password sharing will begin in the coming months. The plan means members who want to share accounts with people outside of their household will face an extra fee.
And now, updates on the sports news.
Reports say Chelsea's failure to qualify for next season's Champions League will see the club cut players' wages. Following their takeover last year, co-owners Todd Boehly and Clark Clear Lake Capital implemented a bonus structure to player contracts linked to Champions League qualification.
And now, we'll bring you news from around the world.
2 teenage boys have been charged with murder after the shooting at a 16th birthday party in Alabama that killed 4 and injured 32 over the weekend. Authorities said the suspect, 17-year-old Ty Rick McCullough and 16-year-old Travis McCullough, are each being charged with 4 counts of reckless murder and that more charges are coming. They said they expect the pair to be charged as adults. And after on the news this evening, you heard the River State House of Assembly has granted the state government's request on stamp duty lawsuits. Chairman of the Miyetti Allah cattle breeders in River State has frowned at the state's anti-grazing law. Residents around Elechi Beach, Dearwood, have fled from the area over fear of being caught in reprisal attacks by rival court groups. And River State Commissioner for Information Chris Feinbone says the delay in payment of salaries of some special advisors on polling units matters may be due to the irregularities in their bank details. The House of Reps has threatened to summon the AGF and Finance Minister of a loss of $2.4 billion. On the foreign scene, 2 teenagers have been charged with murder for shooting 4 people dead and injuring 32 others in Alabama. And that was the news. Is edited by Onyekachi Nwosu. Remember, peace is the path to the prosperity of a nation. Let peace reign. Also, light showers expected in Port Harcourt this evening. Thanks for listening. I'm Ade Dayo, Elushakin. Good evening.